I found that interesting, coming from Oklahoma State, last name Holiday, no relation.
Yes.
Well, you had to look though, didn't you?
Yes, absolutely.
And then we got Pittsburgh last.
I do. I think the dark magic is over. I think it's over. I don't think Mike Tomlin can just continually being that team that wins 9 or 10 games and makes it into the playoffs every year. It's done. It's gone.
He's won 17 years in a row.
Yep, it's not happening. The dark magic's done. This year, though, I got him winning 7 games.
Oh, we struggle in all aspects of school.
Yeah.
We had PE down. That's about it.
And lunch.
I was really good. That has stayed true to form, hasn't it?
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine.
Good evening and welcome to a new special thing in addition, I guess you'd say, Benchwarmer Basement Banner. It's football season, guys.
Yep. So
If you can't tell by this, we're
we're
pumped.
ready. We're ready.
We're ready.
For this
Tomorrow night.
weekend
It
and
happens.
tomorrow night.
We're going back to back to back. Or are we?
No.
You'll see. I love it. All right, Burrowhead. We'll see about that.
I don't care who
You
does
just
it,
wait
but
till,
I
like,
just
week
say
4
no.
Or whatever.
I just say no.
Yeah. All right. This is what we're gonna do. This is a little different show.
Well, wait,
and
first,
hold on.
remember,
Let me go over.
like, comment,
Yeah.
subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
we've got
TikTok, all
we've
that.
got TikTok. We're still on the road to 1,000 followers on TikTok. If we get to that mark, we'll give away a T-shirt with the logo on it. And
it's
whenever we do that, we can actually use this fine studio instead of going live on Roger's phone.
My wife
So-
designed the shirts, so they look pretty cool.
They are great.
She's way more creative than me. Shout out, sweetie.
Yep.
So, everybody knows that. But, yeah, like I was saying, this is going to be different. It's a little shorter show.
Yep.
What we're going to do is every matchup, we are going to pick. We're going to have a panel of myself, Mr. Stat Guy,
Yep.
Rogers.
And the Oracle.
Yeah, and the Oracle. Pretty special. So if I had to put money on it, I think I know who I would
Probably
win
the
this.
Oracle.
Probably the Oracle. So if he wins, he needs to come on here.
Don't
I like that. Yeah, a little bit of
we
mystery.
just
So.
it's just the Oracle.
The
That
Oracle.
was-
Oh, yeah. A little mystique.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do, we're going to pick every matchup. And this is, we don't mess around here. This is the hard stuff. This is the real stuff.
Yeah.
This is against the spread.
We're picking against the spread.
Yeah.
We're going to keep track of it every week, and then at the end of the season, we'll see how we all did.
That was one of my favorite lines on 2.5 Men with Charlie turned to the boy, I think it was Jake, and he said, doesn't matter if you win or lose the game. It's if you cover the spread, son.
Yeah,
That's how you
that's
bet.
right.
So, yeah, that's what we're all about. So, without further ado, in my mind, we have the game of the week coming up tomorrow night, opening night. Da, 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 da.
On Amazon.
Yes. Oh, damn. I just now realized that.
It's on Amazon.
Can I come to your house and watch it?
Yeah.
There we go. All right, we got a game night. Hey, sweetie, can I come? Actually, we have that, I think. Maybe illegally, but we have it.
Yeah, you
anyway,
So
we have
all
the-
these different. So I did it a little different than what you did. I just found a site that gave me all the spreads. This is as of
That's called
well,
homework.
as you see,
That's impressive.
9-5. Well, no, that's the time. This was as of
Yeah.
Tuesday night whenever I got these. So if they're not updated by Thursday
None
morning
of
when
these
these
should
are
move too much
uploaded,
more. Shouldn't.
but yeah, we assume they're not going to move
Yeah,
much.
I mean, a lot of times this late in the game, unless there's big injury news, it maybe moves half a point.
yeah,
something like
that'd
that.
be
So-
about it. So
But yeah, I mean, this is 4 credible sites. Bring her back up.
Yep.
What we got? We got
we got Caesars, Bet
Yeah.
Rivers, DraftKings, and FanDuel. Those are probably the big 4 now.
say so.
ESPN bets coming
Yeah.
along. I don't know how it's going. I ain't placed a bet in a while. So.
No. And what do you have to the left? It says best odds. Why don't you just go off of that one? Is
yeah,
that the
that's kind of what it's saying.
Okay.
It's the best odds out of the 4. So
So, yeah.
first game we got though is Baltimore and Kansas City. Kansas
Absolutely.
City is favored by 3.
3 points of field goal. Maybe of the Harrison Butker variety to end the
So
game.
Kansas City's home.
They're home.
So
They're home.
the home team always gets 3 points.
That's fair. That is kind of your general
That's
betting.
generally
Yeah,
what
that's a
they
good point,
the
good
home
point.
home teams always get 3 points for being the home team.
Yeah.
So
And in pretty even matchups. These are 2 very even teams. They're going to be powerhouses, the AFC. Yes, Chiefs gear, Chiefs fan, Homer. I'm going with the Chiefs. Logic behind that. Baltimore, this game does scare me if they decide to do what they should have done last year and run the freaking ball. They had one of the worst game scripts in that AFC title game I've ever seen. I think they gave the ball running back 6 or 7 times.
it wasn't
It was
much.
stupid. It was drop back, let Lamar throw bombs.
And if Zay Flowers don't fumble,
Yeah.
that game still might have went Baltimore.
It might have, but KC at second half, they were kind of in prevent mode. Like they were honestly not pushing the ball. I wish they had, but anyway, Baltimore's got Henry now, so you're like, ooh, they should run the ball. But here's where it is: their O-line, they have 3 new pieces to it. That's got me. I think that they're going to be scary a few games under their belt together. I don't think they're going to have a huge drop off. I had them.
You think early in the season they got to
that's when
gel
you
a
can
little
get
bit?
them. You do. I mean, you can't just in the NFL. You can't just plug names in. And
No,
go.
no, it's hard.
And the Chiefs have pretty good pass rush led by Chris Jones and their Greek freak.
George.
We'll go George. So with that, and we've discussed multiple times. I like their weapons that Mahomes has this year. We're not going to argue about that here.
No, we're not. We've argued enough about it this year.
You'll say
so
it's better than last year, right?
it's better than last
Yeah,
year, but
yeah.
that don't take much.
That's fair. That is very fair. But I think with their offensive balance at home, they lost the opener last year to Detroit. Detroit came in. Detroit was a damn good team last year.
Detroit's great.
They are. But, going into they were an up-and-coming team last year coming in. Chiefs were favored, should have won the game. Well, they had Kelsey didn't play, had some injuries, and no excuse. They should have still taken care of business, but they didn't. I think this year they come out, mean business. Baltimore, with the lack of continuity, they also lost their D coordinator.
Yep.
He went to Seattle coaching. There's a lot of factors in that I'm going to go with the Chiefs to cover. I'm taking Mahomes over Lamar again. And I've got the Chiefs. Our Oracle has the Chiefs as well. And then Rodgers is on the Ravens bandwagon.
So, and I'm going to be on the Ravens as well.
Okay, so we have 2-2.
I don't know who's going to win the game, but I just think it could be a 1-point game.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's just
fair.
kind of what I think. They're 2 very evenly matched teams.
These 3-pointers are hard
all
too,
the
'cause,
points you gave are good, but I just kind of also think that they have Derrick Henry
like-
now, so
All your
kind
points are
of
good for tomorrow.
Well, no,
But
they
nah.
just have Derrick Henry now, and they're going
that's-
to run the ball a lot better.
If they had Derrick Henry, these teams run it back to that AFC Championship game. If the Ravens had the
Ravens-
roster of them,
Yeah, the
they
Ravens.
lost some defensive pieces too. If they had the same roster, I think they win that game.
Yeah.
You saw Derrick Henry years ago with the Titans. He's all they had, and they gave the Chiefs their money. So,
Well, they had AJ Brown.
that
was rookie-
yeah,
that
I
was
think you're
rookie
right.
A.J.
I
Brown.
think you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is when he was coming into his own.
Yeah.
Correct. But the team went through him. So
Yeah.
that's where we're at. We're gonna move on to another barn burner.
We got Green Bay and Philadelphia down in Brazil.
Brazilian bash. Does that sound cool? I like
No,
that.
not from everything
Oh,
I've seen
Brazil.
on Brazil.
Well, they're in Brazil. They're playing.
We
and-
won't get into that, but
No, we will not. The line was 2.5. Was that what you had on there?
yeah, 2.5.
Intriguing.
Philly's favored.
Philly is favored, which shocked me. I guess I thought this would be a pick 'em because I mean
I-
they're not the home team. It's neutral site, really.
Yeah, it's neutral site, so
I'm going Green Bay. I love the way they finished the year last year. They finished strong. I'm a big Jordan Love believer. I really
I am too. I
And
think
the weapons.
they've got good
Yeah.
weapons.
Absolutely.
Philly's got better weapons.
They do, but they also have. I like Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator, but he's new. They Vic Fangio they brought in to run the D. He's been around forever, but it's a new system
Yeah.
for the players. I like what they did in the offseason. Like I've got them going.
They've got a
playoffs.
lot of defense talent
They
if you
do.
really think about it, but
No,
they
through the
lost.
draft,
Yeah,
You know, DeGene and Mitchell.
well, they also have the 2 Georgia guys
Yeah.
on the inside that are
Carter,
freaks.
he's a
And
beast.
Jalen Carter, tell you what, sneaky defensive player of the year pick.
Yeah, I like that. Throw a little.
I'll throw that
thin arrow
bone
on it.
out there if you want to throw that on there. I don't know what the odds are at all, but sneaky
Probably
pick.
pretty high. I like
Sneaky
that. Yeah, I like
pick if
that.
you want to throw a little bit of cash on that. But
Yeah.
but I tell you what, I think I'm going Packers here too.
Okay.
I think that's just early in the year. I think the Packers might just be a little bit more
Well, there's continuity.
continuity
You know.
there. Just the way the Eagles finished last year.
Yeah.
They
They finished hot.
They
I'm sorry. The
no,
Packers did.
and the
were
Eagles
a
were
train wreck.
a train wreck.
Yeah.
Supposedly it's because the security guy wasn't there. That's according to the Pat McAfee show. They say
What
the
was
security
it?
guy.
I started to say Big Rob.
Big
What-
Dom.
Big
Big
Dom.
Dom.
Yeah, dude, he's a beast.
He is
He's
a beast,
back.
and he's back. So,
Maybe, but they don't have Kelsey.
they
I
do
love
not have Jason Kelsey, but
Chiefs
they,
fan, but that might be
yeah,
my
but
favorite
you
Kelsey.
know, Jason Kelsey also handpicked the guy that was
Yeah.
going to replace him.
Right.
So
They're still a top 5 line.
they're still there.
They're very
yeah.
good.
They're very good. They still got Lane Johnson, and
but-
then the Jordan Mailata.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I think this is a case where I just think that they need a little time to gel, to mesh.
Yeah.
And the Packers, I'm high on them. I think they roll into this game. Not much turnover, and I like their draft. Like they added some defensive pieces in there. No big names, but
That's not
goes
what
with
the
their
Packers
system.
do.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So, and you're getting points. You're getting 2.5
Yeah.
points. So I'm gonna go Packers.
What did the Oracle say?
He had Eagles.
The Oracle says Eagles. He says different
yeah.
than us, and of course that scares us.
That makes us nervous. It is. Yeah, the Oracle's quite wise.
Yes,
so
he is quite wise.
hope in this instance he is not.
Yeah.
But all right.
And what's Mr. Rogers say?
Yeah. Well, it's Rogers. Packers,
No, he
so-
says Packers.
He is
That
Packers,
was I
yeah.
didn't. I don't,
Sorry, not to
I
gloss over
forgot.
that. Good call. Very
I
good call.
forgot. It's of course he's saying Packers.
He is. He's the pack attack, but this year he's got some credibility behind
He
it.
does have
so.
good credibility.
Next
Next game.
We're gonna move
Carolina.
back to America.
Yeah, moving back to America and back to the worst division in football.
Well, this week, every week I'm gonna highlight our best game and our toilet bowl game. And I
This
think we're
is a
there.
toilet bowl
I
game.
really do. This is gonna be an ugly game, guys. I really think so.
Yeah.
Carolina going to New Orleans. Are they getting 4 points? Is that right? 4,
Yes.
3.5, somewhere.
It's somewhere
range?
in that range. It looks
Yeah.
like they're all FanDuel's 3.5. Everything else is 4.
Yeah. I'm going Panthers here. It's this is kind of a crap bowl, and I'm really low in New Orleans. Their O line is terrible. Defensively, I think taking a step back. I'm not a Derek Carr total believer. I'm not saying he's a terrible quarterback, but is he a guy that's going to take you to the next level? No.
No.
And I'm not high on Carolina either. I do think Bryce Young's going to have a better year. They in the offseason they did what I started to say they should have done last year, but they really couldn't with no
Yeah.
draft capital
Yeah.
to get him. They built the O line better. They've got
They
him some
got
weapons.
weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, be better when they have Brooks back. That'll be
Yes,
a while.
for sure.
But the one thing I'm worried about, I'm going Panthers to cover. One thing I'm worried about is coming into it's opening day, we'll call it, in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's a good.
electric
That's an
atmosphere.
electric atmosphere.
It is.
That's
It's hard
for
to
sure.
come in and play as a young team.
Yeah.
So that makes me a little nervous, but I'm going to go with I think Carolina upgraded the offseason, and I don't think they're going to be good, but they're going to be credible.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with them to cover. I think New Orleans might win by a field goal. This is risky business here, but
I agree.
okay.
For all the points you made, I agree. I used to be a Saints guy.
You
I'm
were
always a quarterbacks
Brees, right?
guy. I love Drew Brees.
Yeah.
That's why I got the Burrow. I love Burrow, so that's now who I'm
Purdue,
like
I
about.
respect the hell out of
So,
Brees. I like
yeah,
that.
but yeah, I don't have any faith in them anymore.
Well,
Derek
no.
Carr is just trash.
They're a whole different team than
At
back
this
then.
point, put Taysom Hill in there and just let him do whatever. At least you might be exciting. It's about like the Cardinals, where
Yeah.
at least they could be exciting versus this uninspired.
Give the fans a reason to show up.
Yeah.
But New Orleans, they're going to show anyway. It's
Yeah,
a party.
yes,
It's a party. I
yes.
love it. So, yeah, okay, well, this is another little nervous moment here.
Uh-oh, the
we
Oracle.
I'm sorry, you and me are going Panthers.
Yes,
The
yes,
Oracle
we're going-
and Rodgers went Saints.
Oh, they go Saints. So
We'll have to, when we eventually disclose this Oracle, the mystique behind him,
Yes.
he will have some very good rationale.
yes, he always does.
Yeah, so we're going to go 2-2 there.
Yeah.
We're split. Let's go to a non-toilet game. This is
This is
exciting. one.
exciting.
Tennessee coming into Chicago. Ooh,
Yeah.
mixed feelings here. The big Caleb Williams.
Caleb
debut.
Williams debut.
Yeah, I like it. They're getting the Titans are getting 4 to 4.5 points.
Yep.
That's what we've
We'll
got
just
here.
call it 4.
Yeah, we'll go 4. Fine with that. I like the Titans and the points. I really do. Rationale behind it. This is his debut. It's very highly hyped. Will there be a mistake or two in it? The Bears too. I mean, these are a lot of pieces. It looks great on paper. And I'm not saying they're not going to catch their stride, be a decent team. I think they're much improved. But first game there, they're wanting them to come in, blow the doors off these guys. Dunzay's new, Williams new. Line, if it takes some time to mesh. Their D did look great at the end of last year. I don't know that it's as good as it played the last few games. It's improved from where they started at the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
Chicago has improved as a team, but
A lot.
I'm a big Will Levis guy. I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar, but I think he's going to be a solid NFL quarterback. I mean, when he will go all John Elway and helicopter for just a first down, like in the middle of a game, I like that. I like that heart. He's got weapons.
Always with the heart.
I am. I mean, dude, guys like that. David Eckstein, favorite baseball player all time. That tells you where I'm at. So, but in all seriousness, I think the Titans could be slept on this year. They've improved their O-line. They got new coach, play calling. I like with D-Hop. I think Levis can get the ball to him, and Ridley, they've got weapons, kind of two-headed monster, you could say, in the backfield, a little monster with Pollard and Spears. They've got talent all the way around, and given, like I said, the first game, the hype around Williams, I could see a little letdown. I'm not saying the Titans are going to come out and win the game straight up, but I like this to maybe come down to a field goal, and I like them to cover.
So this is the first one I think we disagree
Okay.
on. I'm taking the Bears.
Okay.
I don't believe in the Titans at all.
Okay.
I kind of think from maybe this isn't the way to look at it from a organizational standpoint. I think they're a train wreck with how they
I
did with
didn't
Mike
like-
Vrabel.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
And the moves they make where it's like, okay, AJ Brown, that was clearly
Yeah.
a dumb move. Everybody else has paid receivers, and they decide not
Well,
to.
they
and
decided
they
to now pay Ridley.
and
Who would
yeah,
you rather
and-
pay?
Exactly.
I mean, seriously.
And I kind of think I believe in Caleb Williams and the Bears.
Right off the bat.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I think that team's probably seems like they're gelling really well. You watch them on Hard Knocks. There's lots of like on there.
Yeah. I guess I don't totally buy into a lot of the Hard Knock stuff, but that's fair. I mean, look good.
I'll tell you
I
what,
wanna
I
see it
will
on the
give
field.
this. If the team is gelled and really like each other and stuff
Oh.
like that, I'm going to give big points
Okay.
to that.
Okay.
I think their weapons are better. DJ Moore's as solid as they come.
he is.
Roma Dunze is
I
going
want
to
see
be a
Williams
stud.
bomb it out to him. The
Um,
way he catches the deep ball.
D Swift
Exciting.
is there.
Yeah.
They still got Khalil Herbert
Yep.
as a
He's to back him
backup.
up.
Cole
Yep.
Kmet. They spent money.
They still got Roshan Johnson.
I
too.
mean,
that is their
last year
possible-
this would have been probably about the same on
Yeah.
the spread, and now they added Odunze and Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily saying I think Will Levis is a starter. That's about it.
Yeah.
And I just don't have any faith in the Titans at all. You think
Okay.
they're a sleeper? I think they're last in that division by far.
I think they're a sleeper as far as like winning 7 or so games. I'm not saying I think they're a playoff team. I actually like that division.
I think because of that
Um,
division being hard, I think they're not going to win that much. You
That's
got
fair.
3 teams
There's
there
3
that,
good teams.
that could all be, playoff
Yeah.
teams.
I like on
They're
the
gonna get
defensive
beat
side
up
of the
there.
ball where they added Snead. I thought that was a very good add. I think Ladarius Snead is one of the most underrated corners in football. Yeah, Chiefs fan. I hate
Chiefs homer.
him. Hey, I watched him go against some big body receivers.
Oh yeah,
and
he's
the way-
a stud.
Look at what he did with AJ Brown that game. He was on him one-on-one. He can hold his own. He can shut down. Like if they put him on more. I'm not saying he'll shut him out. He can slow him down.
But here's the thing.
But
Then
there's
they got
others.
Odunze.
Yeah, no, there's others. Yeah, yeah.
Keenan Allen's a little hurt, but he's still there. He's still a threat.
Yeah.
You
No,
know.
that's solid. That's solid.
He can be
I-
a good number 3. So I just think I just have no faith in the Titans at all.
Well, I've got Titans and Rogers as the Titans, and you and the Oracle.
The
Me and that
Oracle, I agree
We're
with
not
the
agreeing on
Oracle
much.
first time, so that's good.
Probably feel pretty good about that.
I
don't
do.
you?
I do.
Yeah, I like that.
do.
All right, well, let's go on to our next game there, which we will bring up here pretty soon. Right now, we've been pretty split so far. We've been a lot of 2s. The only game, the Eagles and Packers, it was a pretty solid 3-1. The next game we're going to talk about here is the Texans at the Colts. The spread's 2.5 to 3 is what it looks like. That's tough because if that spread's at 3, I'm on the Texans to cover. That spread at 3 makes me a little nervous because I think it's going to be a very tightly contested game.
Yeah.
I mean, the Colts gave them a run for their money last year with Uncle Rico at
So
quarterback.
can I give you a fun fact on the
Yes.
Colts? They've lost 14 straight openers.
14 straight?
14 straight
Oh my gosh.
since 2012. So
Well, that's not a fun stat for them.
no, but
I didn't realize that. But this year, I mean, I'm super high on the Texans. I really am. Love C.J. Stroud. Love the weapons he's got. Oh, my gosh.
I'm very high on the Texans too.
Embarrassment of riches. It really is.
And then people don't talk about their defense that they
No.
added Daniil Hunter to.
Yeah, pairing him with Will Anderson
Is-
out of Bama,
that's
I mean, that's a
scary.
hell of a combo. It really is.
They got Stingley back there. They took a flyer on Jeff Okudah just for fun.
Yeah.
And
They've got a very solid defensive-minded coach.
yes,
they really
yes
do.
they do.
I mean, honestly, they're the complete package. Like, when they added Stephon Diggs, I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And then they added Joe Mixon. They went ahead. Now, I'm not a huge Joe Mixon guy.
I'm
but
not
for this
either.
purpose,
He
I mean,
don't have
he's-
to do much for
no,
him.
he's pretty good goal line back in my mind. He's
Pierce
gonna
is
get some
still there
tutties.
as the backup.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not completely washed.
And their O-line, it's probably one of their weaker points in the team, but it's still like it's young and upcoming. It's
Yep.
around the 15th-ish range, and Stroud gets the ball out quick.
Yes, he does.
So super high on them. I like the Colts too, though. Like I'm not trying to rip them. I really think that I had them in the playoffs.
It's
so
a
at the
it's
end
a
of it.
close one. I'm high on both of these teams. I really am. I think they're 1 and 2 in that division.
Yeah.
Um,
But my big thing is for this game, Anthony Richardson. What are you? He's got all the talent in the world. Looks like a monster. We've had
everybody, every NFL execs there was a poll and they all said we are scared to death
Yeah.
of him
I bet.
because of they see what the potential is.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's so high.
He's huge, and he looked better as a passer than I thought he would for a whole season
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, same here.
Limited sample size. So
I didn't think he should start, and
I didn't
turned
either.
out
I
he
didn't either.
probably actually should have.
well,
So.
I talked about at Florida how raw he was.
Yeah.
So I was the same
I
thing.
was just expecting Uncle Rico to start all
Yeah,
year
I
and
was
him to
too.
sit, and that was going to be fine, and him to come out in the next year and still have this hype.
Yeah.
And then, he started 4 games. He left. He didn't finish them.
Yeah, I think he
in
played
2 of
2.5
them.
games total. That
But
was
man,
about
he
it.
did. It was
Yeah.
impressive.
Oh yeah, he was. Rushing upside too, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the one thing I wonder with him if they will have him run less to protect him, and that makes sense. And they've also got a pretty solid line around him. JT's back
They
too.
said JT.
I don't think he played the JT at all last year, so
Mm-hmm.
we're pretty high on him. But for this game, I guess back to that continuity aspect we've been talking about.
Yes.
Texans, they are who they are last year. They added on
Added
to it.
pretty good.
The Colts, it
onto
might take a little while to get going.
Mhm.
I mean, they've got some pieces defensively too. I like what they're doing, but for this game, and especially when you said they've lost 14 in a row,
Yeah.
let's make it 15. What the
Yeah.
hell? Let's just make it more than a field goal, Houston.
So you're going Texans. I'm going Texans
It's
as
a
well.
clean sweep.
Clean sweep by everybody. We're all going Texans.
Even
So
the Colts
that
letting
may,
a work goal.
that may not happen again.
So now I'd put money on the Colts. Probably. no. What we got next?
Cardinals and Bills.
Ooh, the Cardinals making the trek to New York.
Yeah,
It's quite a
6.5.
jaunt there. That's a tough one. Yeah, 6-9. That's a tricky number right there. Just shy of a teddy. Okay, so in this game, I'm actually I don't think the Cardinals can be as terrible
I don't
as
either.
people thought. Kyler's back and he's got Marvin
Kyler
Harrison.
looked good
Yeah.
last year when he came back.
He
and
did with limited weapons.
with limited weapons. Now he's got the best one
Yeah.
he's possibly ever had.
Yeah, Harrison could be generational-ish talent at receiver.
Yeah.
Very good route runner, polished all the way
He's
around.
just a monster.
I think you're a big McBride fan, are you not?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love him. I do
think
too.
Trey McBride's
He's
a stud.
big-bodied, tight end, quick.
Kyler
got
loved him
Wilson.
when he came back.
Yeah, he did.
He looked for him big time.
Yeah.
Wilson's there. They got James Conner.
Yeah.
Um,
The defense, and they
Defen-
drafted Trey Benson to back him up.
Yep,
James
yep.
Conner. Their O-line's not great. Defense not great either. I don't like that going against Buffalo. Now, I also, here's where I was kind of conflicted because I think Buffalo's a team that might start kind of slow.
yeah, I think that too.
Same continuity deal.
Yeah.
Their defense, man, they lost a lot of big
They
names.
lost a lot.
They did. They also lost a lot of big salary guys,
Mhm.
and they were injury prone. Like, it was time to turn the page.
Yep,
I think
it was.
That era ended. So I think they might be slower getting started, but Arizona has to travel into Buffalo, into Bills Mafia for an opener. Gonna be electric. I think it's gonna be hard to play up there. Like, they're a different breed up there.
They are. They're crazy.
Yep. I don't feel good about this one, but I'm gonna go with the Bills to cover. If that line gets up to 7, I'm like, oof. And I could see the Cardinals covering it, but yeah, this is what makes this hard. If it's money line, I'm all Bills.
Oh, yeah.
All day. Not losing the opener
Yeah.
to Arizona. Arizona's a sneaky good team. I'm gonna go Bills, and I'm not feeling good about it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Cardinals to cover.
Cover? Okay.
Yeah.
Rogers did too.
The Oracle.
Time, Bills.
He went Bills.
So,
okay.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that might be the toughest one as far as spread here. 'cause
It's tough. That's a pretty.
I think we all agree
decent-sized
that
number.
Cardinals are better than what people
Yeah.
give them credit for.
Well, look at the end of last year when they went into Philly, beat Philly. Like, that shouldn't have happened. It did. All right, so what do we got next here?
Patriots and Bengals.
Yeah. Oh, and our
There's
line
9.5.
9.5. We got 8.5 at one. Yeah, well, what the hell is it for this? We'll just say about 9. You know, whatever.
Let's call it 9.
Okay, so this is a tricky one because the Bengals are the superior team.
Yes.
I think so. I mean, I'd ask you, but look at what you
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
So,
they're
you know.
definitely superior.
They are. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they have actually started pretty slow, though. That's kind of been a thing.
Yeah, they've
For them
started
for
a
a while.
little slow.
Jamar Chase has not practiced much. We do not know his status
He
yet.
practiced today. He practiced today, and all signs point to him playing.
So he is okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that's big because I don't think him and Burrow need much time.
No.
They've
I
done
mean,
this back
they're
in
little
college.
best friends. I read a story today where Chase went and walked around the neighborhood that
Yeah,
Burrow
I
lives
saw
in
that
to
too.
buy a house
Did
by
he go
him.
door to door asking
Yeah.
people?
Yes, he did.
I like that.
Because
I
he
like
wanted to live by Burrow. So
That's his bro.
that's how close
Yeah.
they are. They don't need practice.
No, and you got T. Higgins, who I think is going to try to ball out. He wants paid.
Yeah,
He's
he
gonna-
wants
He's
paid.
going to show ball out.
He's probably going to hit free agency, so
I'm-
he's going to go.
Yeah, and I like their dual threat. Their running backs. Two-headed
Running
Moss we were
backs
talking
could be
about.
two-headed.
Moss and Brown, I think that's underrated duo.
Yep, I
Really
agree.
do. I don't think much of the Patriots. I really
do
don't.
not at all.
Think of it as I kind of like Jacoby Brissett as a veteran to come in and calm stuff. I'm not saying he's going to take them to the playoffs, but just to make it not a total shit show. Like, I like him. This was tricky because 9.5
is a lot of points.
That's a lot of points. And for
That's
a
a
team
lot
that
of
has
points.
not had a normal offseason
Mm-hmm.
on that, I think I'm going to be outlier here. I think Bengals win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Slam dunk. And I don't want to bet Patriots. I really don't. But, I mean, they turned the page the Belichick era. I don't really have much backing on it other than what all the Bengals have going on. I can't do it. I think I got to stay Bengals. I really
yeah.
wanted to stay to cover. I really did.
I'm going
But-
Bengals, and I think they're going to dog walk them.
Okay, I could see that. I could. It just the history worries me. Let me
I
look
think
here.
they're coming out this year with something
Prove
to
a
prove.
point?
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see Burrow that way after the way. the
Burrow's
year-
definitely that way.
Yeah, well, the way the year ended, you
Yeah.
know, with the wrist injury
Yeah.
and everything. So yeah, let me check here. Okay, so we're unanimous on that.
Unanimous
On
going Bengals.
Okay,
I mean,
feel
I
better. I was kind of on the fence there.
I just don't think the Patriots have much.
They really don't. I'm excited for when Drake May gets
I
a
am
shot,
too.
but it ain't happening.
But I still think
Yeah.
they should let them just punt this year. Just punt.
I would like to see
just
him
punt. No
get
matter
some
what, give it
reps.
to Brissett.
Yeah.
Give him some reps,
Yeah.
but just punt this year.
I'd like to see by about week 7, 8.
I know all these NFL GMs are like, but look at what Stroud did. Oh my God,
That was.
that's an outlier.
You look at that. Look at all the cases that haven't went that way.
Yeah,
Look,
that's an outlier.
Carolina tried to kill Bryce Young last year.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, there's been no rookie quarterback that's ever been near that good.
no. I mean, Mahomes said a year that worked out pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
it's
you know,
set, and Jordan Love set 4 years.
4 years. Yeah.
You know, there's a reason for doing that, and I've said it before. These GMs need to get back to doing it.
Yeah,
because
I
they're
agree.
ruining quarterbacks that
I
don't get a
agree.
fair chance.
And when you invest that heavily in one, do what's best for them.
Yes.
That is your future.
Yeah.
Like, don't burn them out. Don't
Yes.
get them killed. Andrew Luck, that's one that, man, he took a
I mean, he deserved to start, but
He
Immediately,
did,
but yeah,
man,
they
look
just-
at the line that wasn't built around him, and
Yeah.
New England doesn't have a great
Yeah.
line. That's what
yeah.
worries me.
And look what happened. And then they had the line built, and he retired.
Yeah, I know.
Because they were like, "Oh, we got to protect him."
Yeah, a little late, you know, when he can barely walk.
Yeah.
There you go. So we'll move on now. We're was unanimous.
Yep.
Cincy across the board. We're gonna go to the battle in the south.
South,
There,
the
yeah.
Florida battle.
We got some good weather here. We got it'd be hotter than hell actually. So
yeah,
probably.
yeah, probably.
We got Jacksonville going into Miami. I mean, there's not really a home field advantage when they play in it too in the heat.
no, not really.
3.5 points. Is that
3.5.
what it was?
3.5.
I'm going the Flying Fish. The way they start the season's fast. I'm not high on them this year. Don't get me wrong. I'm not real high on Jacksonville either. They have started stupid fast every year under McDaniel.
Yes, they
They're going to
have.
have some kind of gimmicky deal going on. They're going to get the ball to the fast
Well,
guys.
HN's healthy at this
He's-
point
yeah,
for now.
They're all healthy. And most
Yeah, they're all
they
healthy.
all are. You know, get Waddle, Hill. You got all these guys run out there. I don't think Jacksonville keeps up.
Oh.
Now, here the thing is for Miami, let's see what they look like come week 10.
Yes.
They wear down. I mean, these guys are not built for playoff football, that longevity. But we're talking week 1, 3.5 point spread.
Yep.
I feel good about the Fish.
I do
getting this
too.
one done. I
Yeah,
really
I'm
do.
going Miami too. I mean, they just start off so strong, and
Yeah.
everyone's healthy, and they're just gonna
They do, right.
do what they do at the beginning of the year.
And I do. I feel like McDaniels.
If they could ever figure out how to do it at the end of the
Yeah,
year, it'd
exactly.
be scary. But
Well, it kind of stinks when teams have 17 weeks to watch tape on them.
yeah,
and then
well, it's not
the
even that.
trickery-
I think
yeah.
it's just they go play in cold weather.
That's true. No, that is true. Home field would be huge
Yeah.
for them in playoffs. It is. So we're unanimous across the board.
Okay,
We're
so we all
Dolphins
think
sweep,
Dolphins.
4-0. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's nice when that happens for my figures here.
Yeah.
All right, so next we got,
Minnesota
you know,
and
we got
New
another
York.
contender for toilet
Yeah,
bowl
this
here,
might-
buddy. Man,
I don't know though. I mean,
the
you
other
know,
one's pretty bad.
the other
It
one's
is.
bad. At least there's
There's some intriguing components to this game.
there's good players in this game.
You got Neighbors against Jetta in the receiver
Yes,
aspect. That's
yes,
pretty damn cool.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. You got two of the most talented receivers in the
Two
league.
very exciting ones. If only they had
Minnesota's got a
quarterbacks.
lot of people on their offense. That's studs. So
They do, but for this one, gosh dang, with no, I'm sorry. We think that Addison, he is. gonna play,
Addison
right?
is playing.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you
He's
that was
playing
fake
now.
news.
Hawkinson, yeah, Hawkinson later in the year.
Yeah.
And I like Kevin O'Connell, their coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think if there's any chance of Sam Darnold being even resembling an NFL quarterback, this guy can get it out of him. I love
There's
his
another
schemes.
case of NFL GMs ruining a quarterback. Big
True.
time.
The Jets killed him.
Yep.
Yeah, he was not.
He
ready
didn't
for
get a
that.
chance.
No, he did not. He's getting it now. You know, he looked like, which he was in San Fran, and they're amazing. Like he looked like he could run an offense
Yep.
there. Limited sample size, so we'll see. What do you got? 1.5. They are
Yeah.
favored going into New York. It's gonna be interesting with Danny Dimes. Like this is make or break year for him. Isn't
It is.
You know, I don't really have high hopes for either one of these teams, but I think both these teams to do anything this year have to win this game.
Yeah.
They've got to beat teams along their level. They're going in New York. I'm gonna go Vikings here.
I'm going Vikings too. I think they're just overall talented, way more talented than the Giants.
I like that. I'm trying to find it on here. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Oracle win.
So Oracle, and that's why I couldn't find it. Giants wrote all across it.
Oh.
So we're going 2-2 here.
Yep.
We both got the Vikings.
Two people
and
on camera got the Vikings. Two
Boy.
people off got the
This is
Giants.
making me a little. Yeah, well, we can talk our side.
That's right.
What you guys got to say?
What do you say?
Yeah,
Nothing?
I mean, the only thing I can figure, the Giants aren't that removed from actually being a playoff team, barely.
But the
Maybe.
Minnesota was too.
Yeah, that's true.
Same
That's
year,
true.
the Giants beat them.
beat them in
Yeah.
Minnesota. Yeah, that's true. Different team now.
Yeah.
So we'll go there. What we got? Let's see. Okay, we are about halfway here on this. It's funny. We've got a lot of 4-0s versus a lot of 2-2s. Not much in the middle. But we, for the next matchup, are going to look at Pitt. This is interesting. Pittsburgh going into Atlanta. Would you call this an Arthur Smith revenge game, maybe? Or
It might be an Arthur Smith revenge game.
maybe he knew he was getting fired and he deserved it. That's where I'm at with it. But they are favored. The Falcons are at home, favored by 3 points.
Yep.
Dude, I'm all aboard the Kirk Cousins hype train. He's one of the dudes. I freaking love that guy. Get the chain out. He's got freaking weapons.
He's got weapons.
He's got weapons.
They made the trade for Matthew Judon. That was
Yes,
very
that was
big.
big.
That was very big.
I feel much better about it if they had drafted like Dallas Turner coming off the edge. They're with him. I was screaming when they took Penix.
Yeah.
But water under the bridge there.
You and everyone.
I didn't get it, especially when you had a need right there in a player. But anyway, I'm excited to see what Kirk does. The way I understand their offense is going to run a lot of play action. It's literally kind of tailor-made for him.
Yeah.
Drake London could be a big year. Kyle Pitts might still be a relevant football player now.
Bijan.
Bijan.
A stud.
Yeah. They got Bijan and Algiers a solid backup
Algiers,
to him.
great backup. They could
Hey.
probably run 2 running backs if they wanted.
Absolutely. Like, I love what they've got going on. I'm not real high on Pittsburgh this year. I think I'm a little higher than Rodgers, who says they're terrible.
I'm
They're
not
terrible.
high on them this year either.
No, I'm ready for Justin Fields. I don't really want to see much
I
Russell
don't
Wilson.
see much Russell Wilson.
No.
They're going to run the ball a lot.
Yeah. Arthur Smith there.
Arthur Smith there, and they have 2 good running backs.
Yeah, and Warren
They got
decent running backs.
the problem is with Pickens is they don't have anybody else to match up there. They're once it's Pickens and Freiermuth, there ain't
Yeah.
nobody else to throw the ball to.
Not much. I was trying to think who it was that got out of Washington, but losing Deontay Johnson, I think.
Yeah,
This
yes.
guy's supposed to kind of be something.
Well, they tried to go all
Wilson,
in on
that's it.
Brandon Ayuk,
Roman
and that
Wilson.
didn't work.
Yeah,
So.
we'll see what Wilson does. He's similar to Johnson, but for this one, I'm going Falcons. All
I am
day.
too. I am too.
All right, makes me nervous. The Oracle had the Steelers,
Mhm.
so we're gonna have some. All right, we got a 3-1 there. We'll see how it goes. All right, moving on. What is our next matchup here? We got Denver
and Seattle.
Ooh,
They were
interesting.
Gino's revenge.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, we got. No, I started saying.
I guess it's actually not any revenge game anymore. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Noah
yeah.
Font revenge game.
Noah Font. Yeah, there you go. I was like, everybody's been traded now. I started saying Drew Lock.
I don't
still
even
out
know
there
if
somewhere,
he's there.
buddy?
He's Daniel Jones' backup.
Yeah, there he is. Drew Lock's gonna be starting this year. That's
I
what
think
I
so,
heard.
too.
That's what I heard. I love it. No, we got Seattle favored 5.5. I'm gonna roll with that. I don't dislike Bo Nix. I think he could be a solid starter. I do not see him being a huge difference maker, but given what they have had at quarterback and the way Sean Payton, he really wanted him in the draft.
Yep,
You know,
he
they
did.
kind of reached for him a little bit. The way he disperses the ball, I'm intrigued. Not picking him here. Going to Seattle's a hard place to play. Week 1, people are amped. I think Gino will be a little better this year. I'm excited to see with.
They got some solid offensive weapons as well.
They do. Yeah, I think JSN takes a step up. They got Charbonnet to back up Walker. They've got some good weapons. And like I said, they're a hard place to play. I'm gonna go Seattle. New coach too. Forgot about that. He was the Ravens defensive coordinator.
Yes.
Should shore up that side of the ball. They need that. They were soft. So I'm gonna go Seattle. We have Seattle across the board. If you're on board with that.
I'm going Seattle. I
we go.
was going back and forth in my head there, honestly, but yeah,
Yeah.
I just think Seattle's just way more talented.
I think it might take, we'll see. Peyton, I don't
I mean,
want to ever rule him out.
Honestly, if Geno could be just average, he doesn't even have to be as good as he was the 1 year. That team's loaded with talent on the offensive side.
Yeah, they really are. He just has to.
If
be a
Walker
manager.
is healthy, and
Yeah.
then they kind of maybe 60-40 split that running back.
And that's dangerous because Charbonnet's pretty good.
Charbonnet's
Charbonnet's catching balls.
very good.
Yeah.
So
I'm optimistic. I actually had them fringe playoff team.
yeah, I agree with that.
So we'll move on. Let's stay out west here and let's go to LA.
LA.
Let's say Vegas. That's backwards.
Yeah.
So we got the Raiders
Raiders
coming into LA. 3
3
point
points.
dogs. Yeah, Chargers favored by 3.
Yes.
I actually would consider sprinkling a little on the Raiders money line. I'm going Raiders.
I'm
I am.
going Raiders too. I think Raiders will win this, and
Yeah.
it's not, it's Harbaugh's debut and all that stuff. I think that's going to take a little bit to build.
Yeah, I think their roster has a lot of holes. Herbert, the other thing is he hadn't played much.
Yeah.
He's was in a walking boot not too long ago. They've revamped receiving core. I do like some pieces, like we like Palmer.
Yeah,
We like
Palmer,
McConkley.
McConkley.
Yeah, we do. I think it's going to take time. They want to run the ball. Well, the Raiders have a pretty solid D-line. I like Antonio Pierce, head coach. He came in, he turned the culture around. They will run through a brick wall for him.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yes.
And I think giving them the points like that, I mean, it's not really much home field advantage in LA there.
No. Gardner's very solid. Deserves to be a starter. He was a Pro
love
Bowler
Uncle
last
Rico
year.
on this podcast.
They got solid weapons there. With Devontae, of course, and
Bowers,
Myers, and Mayer.
We'll see. Yeah,
you
Mayer.
know,
We'll see what White's got out of the backfield.
so-
They have talent in Vegas. They really do.
I agree. We're going Raiders here.
So we're going Raiders. Clean sweep. Oracle too. Here we go.
yeah,
Man,
as long as we're
gross.
agreeing with the Oracle, we
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I've been 50-50, so we'll see. One's going to look smart, one's stupid, and I think we know where that's going to lie. So our next matchup, we got the Cowboys going into the dog pound.
Yes.
Yeah, give me some Believeland there. They are favored by 2.5, and I like that. I might be the minority, but I'm rolling with the dogs here. I'm rolling. Sorry, that's confusing.
You're rolling with Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with Cleveland too because I don't have
alright.
much faith in the Cowboys. I just don't.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Well, what's it seem like?
I don't
they
have a
lose?
lot of faith in Cleveland either.
I love
but
their roster.
I have them.
I have their quarterback.
Yeah, I have more faith in Cleveland than I do Dallas.
I'm sorry, if Deshaun Watson could be a quarter of the player he was in Houston, they could go somewhere.
Yes.
This team, good O-line, great D-line. There is not many holes in the roster. I'm not a huge Jerry Jeudy guy, but it's a complimentary weapon to Cooper and Njoku.
Yeah, I don't.
That's a solid though.
I
He
think
doesn't have to be the
Jeudy
guy.
sucks. He wasn't worth the trade. They should have tried to trade for Sutton.
I like that. Yeah, it might have been why Denver didn't give him up.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Jeudy, I don't have anything good to say there.
but still, the Cowboys. There's been a lot of disconnect this offseason, and Jerry Jones. Oh, we're going all in, and you didn't do jack. You barely got CeeDee Lamb to play game.
Yeah, and for some reason you still have Zeke in the backfield.
Yeah, their backfield's a freaking mess.
It's a mess.
I mean, I just
You
give
know,
the ball to that Rico.
If you're like, oh well, Cleveland's backfield. Well, Jerome Ford is very good still.
yeah,
Um,
but hey,
and
Dallas
Chubb-
brought in Dalvin James Cook.
Dalvin James, not
Figured that one
James
out.
Dalvin.
Yeah,
Dalvin James.
They'd be better off that younger brother. I
They're
think.
they're just going with the old washed up running back retirement home down there in
That's
Dallas.
a very bold strategy on that one.
Yeah.
So we'll see. You don't get bonus points for over 30-year-old running backs on the
Yes.
roster. But this is interesting because you and me then are on the Browns wagon, and the Oracle and Rogers are on the boys.
They're on the
They're
boys,
Cowboys.
okay.
So yeah, we got a 2-2 split there, and we'll see. I
I
will
will say that's two good defensive going against each
Yeah,
other.
it is. What's the under at?
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
was gonna say we don't have
Was-
the under pulled up, but
Okay,
I would I'd probably try to take the under.
Yeah, I would really look at that.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, consider it strongly.
Yeah.
All right, so we're about to wrap up here. We are
Got
3
Washington,
games left.
Washington and Tampa
Commanders
Bay.
coming in Tampa Bay.
Call it 3.5.
It's 3.5 points. I'm very intrigued with this matchup. I'm going the Bucks.
Yep.
Hear me out here. I like Jaden Daniels. I'm not trying to rip him, but
Yeah.
they got a pretty solid front seven. Tampa does. They're gonna get after him.
Yeah.
First NFL game, and defensively, I don't think Washington's very good.
No.
I think the Bake Show is going to shake and bake. He's going to find Evans. I'm pretty high on McMillan there. I really am. I'm not so high on Godwin anymore, but I really think he's going to be their second best receiver. I'm excited to see what he does. Rashad White, kind of boring. but
Kind of
solid in
boring.
the
He just
backfield.
does it.
He catches
So.
a lot of balls, and he'll give
Yeah.
us 3 yards per carry, score some tutties. So I think all around they are that much better of a team. Daniel's debut, that's tough.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, they're going to bring some pressure. I think they're going to cover. They're going to force some turnovers.
Yeah.
I think Jaden Daniels long-term has a future.
Yes,
but-
he does. And that team eventually, like,
Yeah.
even if it was later in the year, it would be
Yes,
closer for
yes,
sure.
it could
But,
be.
yeah, I'm going Tampa here, too.
Okay. So we
for
have
all the reasons you said, because
Ooh.
I just think that Baker's, better than what he gets credit for. Cleveland
Yeah,
shouldn't
I
have
do
let
too.
him go.
I think he's better than Deshaun now.
Yes,
I
he
really
is.
do.
He is. And
I've
that's
always liked the Bake Show.
he's got good weapons, no matter if it's Godwin or McMillan as the number 2, whatever.
Yeah.
You got Mike Evans.
Yeah, exactly. And he didn't get the credit he deserves.
No.
As old as he is, but he still does. He can
10
put up
straight
numbers.
years of 1,000 yards. I mean, he's the only person to ever do it.
I think so. Yeah, that's right. He's damn good. We got a problem though. It's 3 of us on the Bucks.
And the Oracle is
Commander.
different, so that's a good one there.
Ooh.
You guys
That's
remember this
interesting.
or when you're watching that the Oracle is different than the us 3 that appear on camera.
If he smokes us, you might need to put a petition
Yeah,
to get him on and not
yes.
us. But I'd love to get him on Harris' sides. This is
Yeah.
very interesting. So we're getting down to the prime time games here, guys. We got 2 more to go. We got the Rams coming into Detroit to take on the Lions. I believe this is Sunday Night Football. Exciting because we literally just saw this in the playoffs. Or are they both Monday? Yeah, that is Sunday night. Yeah, I'm all about Detroit this year. I'm super high on them. Stupid high on them. If you go back and watch our videos, you'll see how high on them. But they are just a complete team. Best O-line in football, I think.
Yes.
One of the best D-lines.
Mm.
They've shored up the secondary, I think. I love Campbell's coach.
Yes.
This dude, I mean, he makes me want to get out and play football.
What was that
Two-headed
line
backs.
again?
3.5.
3.5.
Tricky. You'd like if it was 3, I'd feel great about it. But I'll take it. I think they're winning by a touchdown.
I agree. I'm all in on the Lions
I love
this
it.
year,
I
and I
love
think they're gonna kick the crap out
Oh,
of the
yeah.
Rams.
I think the Rams, I think they're a good team, but losing Aaron Donald, that's huge.
That's huge.
I don't think that gets,
No, people
think you'll
forget
see that.
he was the best.
Yeah.
One of the greatest defensive players we've ever seen.
I think you could say
He might
was
be the
best player.
greatest defensive
Yeah.
player we've ever
I
seen.
think when he was playing, he was the best player in the NFL.
He
When
was.
you take
He was.
positions into consideration, like
Yeah,
he was.
He was.
That's a big loss. Offensively, I'm excited with Nakua.
Yeah,
with
the
Cup.
offense there in St. Louis, of course, or not St. Louis. Jesus
Oh, you
Christ.
had to go there. You had to cut me deep like that. You ass.
I didn't know it cut me deep
we were
too.
getting along
it
so
cut
good.
me
That's
deep
fair.
too.
That's fair.
Okay.
Still got Rams jersey.
Gosh.
Damn, man. It's okay.
I am sorry.
I'll forgive you. I won't.
I
forgive
just
Crocky.
watched a freaking video on that, so it was on my mind
Oh, I gotcha.
about how screwed we got there. But
Yeah,
anyways,
that'll be
I
another
think
day.
the offense there in Los Angeles is going to be fun to watch.
It is. It is. It's Sean McVay. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
Yeah, Puka,
But-
Cooper there. You got
Yeah.
Kyron Williams. You got Blake Corum at the backup.
Yep, you do. You got pieces.
You got pieces.
But you also get a double Jared Goff revenge game.
Yeah.
Last year he gave them this finger in the playoffs. He's gonna give them this one.
Oh, he's the next one.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then they're gonna both be out there. So there we go. That's also for Cronky guys. big
Yes,
time.
mainly
So
just for Cronky.
We'll have a video on that one, but yeah, I hope that was appropriate. But anyway, we have a clean sweep here, guys.
Okay, clean sweep with
all
the
across
Lions.
the board, all Lions. So I like that.
Yeah, I think a touchdown's probably right.
I do too.
Like you said.
I love the Lions this year. Very high on them at home too.
Mm-hmm.
Checks all the
Yeah, they're
boxes.
gonna be fired up.
Yeah.
Fired up
Oh,
there.
absolutely. Campbell train all the way, guys.
Yeah.
So, we ready for the
Monday night football. I
I
can't believe they're only doing one Monday night game to
Yeah,
start
a lot
off.
of times it is too.
They
To start the year,
usually do
you're
two,
right.
yeah.
You've got the early one and later
Yeah.
one. Interesting. Maybe the ratings weren't great for that first one because I feel
think-
like a lot of times it's a crappy for a Monday night.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got the Jets.
We'll call it
Rodgers.
4.
Jets. Jets.
Jets.
Coming into San Fran. San Fran favored by 4.
4.
4.5. I'm jumping all over that. All right, hear me out. I am actually on the Jets. I had them to win the division, but coming across country to face a defense like that in Rodgers' first game off an Achilles injury, honestly, Rodgers, like we talk about how great he is ball placement, he also is a mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was in Green Bay. 41, I think his Achilles injury will affect him a little more than like a Kirk Cousins who isn't as mobile.
Mhm.
But I think he will get going this year. This is a tough week 1 matchup.
It is a tough week 1 matchup.
It really is.
Two best defenses in football
Yeah.
going against each
It
other.
is. I think this being in San Fran is what persuades me to go with them. They're going to want to make a point and get back to that Super Bowl. Like their window to win is closing, as is the Jets.
Yeah.
And they just got Ayuk signed.
They restructured Trent Williams.
Yeah,
They're
good
running
call.
it
Very good call.
back. at least this year.
Yeah, they got the band back together.
because
They
they're still barely paying Purdy.
Yeah, and dude, they're gonna be playing for Ricky Pershaw. Like the dude got shot. We talked about that. Took the gun from the guy.
Yeah.
Like total badass.
Well,
Dude,
that's
play for
that's
Ricky.
what Trent Williams said made him want to get the deal done to get restructured.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
yes, that's what he said.
Wow, that's inspirational. I love it. So they do. They have pieces all across the board. I think Rodgers. This is a tough matchup, and I think historically he's not done great against San Fran when he was the Packers. If I remember right, we'd have to look into that, but I
Not
think he
sure.
might have got bounced by them a time within the playoffs. So, that being said, this is a different team, different circumstance. Not the most relevant point, other than there are some pieces that are still there from those days defensively.
Yeah.
San Fran's going to get after him. I think they cover. The only one, this is a big
Wait,
shock. Oh,
I
I'm sorry.
think I'm going Jets.
Oh, you're going Jets too?
Yep, I'm going
Gotcha.
Jets.
Ha, I had another one wrote down. Okay. So you're on the Jets.
I'm on the Jets. I think
right.
it's a field goal game, honestly.
Oh,
I just think
okay.
it's going to be a close
So you
game.
still
And
think
that's,
the Niners win?
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that it's going to be a field goal difference, last second probably.
I feel tutty, so I get you. Like I don't think the Jets are gonna get blown out, but I think they make enough plays, San Fran, that
yeah.
they.
I mean, the
cover.
Jets are talented on both
They
sides.
are,
I mean,
they
this
are.
this could be a Super
I'm
Bowl
excited
preview.
to see they get rolling Garrett Wilson, what he does with
Yeah.
a quarterback now. He's done a lot with little.
I'm saying this could be a Super Bowl preview
Yeah. Oh, and we
for
got
sure.
Brees Hall. We gotta give him a shot.
Brees Hall,
It's
yeah,
a
he's
tough front to run against, though.
yeah,
But
it
I
is.
like Brees Hall. I really do. So your Jets.
I'm Jets.
Rodgers, of course, Mr. Jet.
He went
all
Jets.
about it. Me and the
Oracle?
Oracle are on the Niners.
Niners.
So we got
Okay.
2-2 split there. So I think that's every
I
matchup.
think that's gonna wrap it up for the week. So, like
It
we
is,
said,
so guys,
we're
your
gonna
input too. Tell us if we're done.
Yeah,
Like, we
yeah.
love it. Or if we're smart.
we're gonna keep
Cool.
a rolling tally. I'm planning to make a nice graphic for that to keep
Yeah.
a rolling tally of what us four do during the season.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can see who's best. If the Oracle is really as good as we think he is, which we assume
hyped
he
him up.
is.
Yep. So it doesn't bode well for my picks, but we will. Yeah. we'll keep
Expect
running
these
title,
Thursday
and
morning
we'll do
coming out.
something,
Every week Thursday morning I'll put them out.
We didn't talk about this. We got to do something for the winner and for the loser in this.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's
have to
cool.
figure that out.
We will. We'll work on that. We'll iron out the details week 2.
Yep.
So, but thank you guys. Like you said before, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Have some fun
Yeah.
with us, and we'll be back next week. So, thank you.
Yep. See you guys.
Night.